When a geology student disappeared in a cave system in Kentucky, most people assumed he got lost underground. But his last radio message made that theory impossible. So, our story today takes us to October 2016, when a 26-year-old geology student named Ben Foster disappeared into the Appalachian Mountains, somewhere near the edge of the Daniel Boone National Forest. Now, you have to understand this. Ben wasn't your average hiker. He was a trained geologist. He was specialized in cave systems. He was smart, methodical, and experienced underground. So when he went missing, it wasn't because he got lost or even panicked. It was something else. Ben had been helping a small research team from his university survey a series of unmapped limestone caves on private land. Now, this was land that had been cleared for conservation easement, totally untouched wilderness, just dense forest, no marked trails, the kind of place where if something happened to you, no one's finding you unless they already know exactly where to look. One of the caves in that area they were working on had a nickname from the locals. They called it the Mouth. Now, it wasn't an official name. It's not even in the state's registry. And when the team mentioned it to a few nearby residents, they always got the same reaction every time. Just silence, or the version of, I wouldn't go in there. Ben thought it was just local folklore. He'd heard a story from an old logger about cool wind coming up from the mountain, even in the summer. Another guy said sometimes you could hear something from inside, like rushing air or some type of breathing. Ben thought it meant a deep, complex system, maybe one that connected to a larger, undocumented network. He wanted to go in alone, but his professor told him no. The university, I guess, had a strict policy. Never enter a cave without at least one other backup. Seems right to me. Ben agreed. But a week later, on October 11th, he went in anyway. He left a voicemail for a friend that morning saying he was just going to take a quick look. His GPS pinged near the site around 9:12 a.m. I guess he brought his helmet, rope, lights, notebook, even a small sensor to monitor temperature changes, according to his friends. At 4:23 p.m., Ben radioed one of the survey team members back at base camp. What he said was strange. I think there's something living in these caves. I can hear it breathing and moving. I don't know how to explain it. It's just not normal. The team member asked if he was okay, but Ben didn't respond. The line just stayed open, faint static, then clicked off, according to authorities. Search and rescue started the next morning. It was hard getting people to even enter the cave. 2 volunteer cavers from out of the state joined in. About 60 feet in, they found Ben's gear, carefully placed on a flat rock, his bag untouched. His helmet was beside it, flashlight on but dim. His notebook open. Inside were normal notes, temperature readings, moisture levels. But the last page was different. Just one sentence. There's a tunnel here that wasn't here before. Maybe I'm seeing things. There was no sign of a fall, no blood, no scuff marks, no dragging, and no exit tracks, like he had just walked deeper in and just vanished. But here's the twist. 2 weeks later, one of the cavers who had helped with the search, an older guy named Davis, came back to check it out on his own. He swore something had changed. The layout, the airflow, the acoustics. He said it was like walking into a room that looked the same, but wasn't. Then he saw something. He said he caught a glimpse of light flickering deeper into the cave. Not a flashlight, something else. He followed it for about 30 feet down a narrow crawl space. Then the light just vanished. No sound, no wind, just rock. He turned around and went back. Only when he got outside, he realized his watch was off by 3 hours. He swore he was only in 20 minutes, maybe 30. But he had lost track of time completely inside of that cave. Ben's body was never found. His family eventually had him declared legally dead. And to this day, That section of forest is still technically open, but the cave entrance is overgrown and almost impossible to find unless you already know where to look. Some people think Ben got lost in a maze of uncharted tunnels. Others think he found something he was never supposed to see. And whatever he found, it definitely didn't let him leave. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Urban Legend Hunter. Until we meet again.